On today's episode, John explains why Bitcoin is dead.
What?
Oh, I thought that was the main takeaway. No.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Opposite.
Oh,
Nice and strong.
right.
Power.
Peter, what did we talk about?
Alive.
No, you're right. I'm pretty sure that is what you said. Main story.
Shut up.
The main story is about Chinese factories who are buying 4090s in bulk and stripping them down to bare parts to use for AI. Kind of fascinating. We link to a great channel who's got some great content about it. Like and subscribe for more about this. It's really interesting. Check it out.
All right,
Literally.
John, this is your story.
Oh man!
Well, he didn't see the YouTube video.
I don't need to see it. I know what's going on.
So it's a YouTube video from Hardware.
I just said I didn't need to see it.
I'm telling the audience, John. I know you don't need to see it. And
we
just
can't
pointing
see anything
out
on the screen. It's just us.
Oh, is that what John? Is that what Peter was saying? That the audience can see?
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
hard to remember things.
It's fine.
Given
You're
my
there.
Once you get past a certain age,
advanced
age,
yes.
Once you cross over the threshold of old.
Yeah. All right. At any rate, so
what age would that be, though, John? Like, what kind of figure would you put on that?
Sorry, all this is going to get edited out, guys. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so what's going on?
So video from Hardware Accent that I think Peter shared about dismantling GPUs in China for AI. It's a good video. The guy provides a ton of background, did a lot of research. Very, very good video. This is the actual article that he started with from WCCF Tech. WCCF Tech. I don't know, probably some organization. Okay, John, take it from there.
So, okay, thanks. Good intro. Some of our viewers may recall that circa 2019, GPU mining was all the craze. And it was really hard to get a GPU. Now, slap COVID onto that, 2020, and all of a sudden, it's actually impossible to get a GPU. Because not only has everyone and their mom started gaming at home, they started buying graphics cards, and they're battling it out with these veteran GPU miners being people who mine cryptocurrency utilizing graphics cards to do so. So we had the craziest run on GPUs, and prices were skyrocketing. Like, scalpers have never made more money. They would automate the purchase of new inventory and then sell them on secondary markets for 3, 4, 5 times the MSRP, which is insane. I may have been part of the problem, as I myself.
Yes.
I amassed quite a collection of graphics cards, but to my credit, thank you. I did so manually. I did not use any tools that auto purchased, and I only used a Discord server for buying GPUs that would just notify you when like Newegg.
Nobody's accusing you of anything, John.
I'm just saying that there is some bad rep on GPU mining, but I really think that that's kind of redirected in the wrong place. It really should be at the scalpers who were reselling the GPUs.
So the case here isn't necessarily this story could lead to scalping.
So what we're seeing is slightly different than what happened in 2020, because they are using these GPUs to run AI solutions or AI like to train AI. And the big difference here is that these companies, these people are only interested in GPUs that they have to be 1 NVIDIA, and 2 as much as much visual RAM as possible, as much VRAM as possible. So that leads them to like 3 different types of GPU models: the 4090, 4090 Ti, the 3090, and the like A100 or something. I forget what it's called, but it's NVIDIA's like business class 24
Server.
plus gig
Great GPU.
like server GPU. It's way too expensive. So they go for the 4090s because they are the best ones for training AI. This does not affect the 4080s, the 4070s, the 4060s, AMD's entire lineup, because AMD has no support for AI currently. And it also doesn't affect any prior models, which flooded the market and have still flooded the market of 3080s, 3070s, 3060s, and so on. The only cards affected are 3090s and 4090s. Good news for all you gamers, those are fucking terrible cards to game on because of their temperature, lack of temperature control.
So
yeah.
So that's one of the I just want to say one of the interesting things about the video that you didn't watch was that it showed people in factories, I guess Chinese factories, where they were taking the cards, stripping them down to what we can see on the screen there. So taking the fans off and replacing them with a blower style fan, which is very noisy, older style cooling system for graphics cards.
But really
it only
good
takes up
for
2
like
slots.
server.
Yeah, it's good for service because it only takes up 2 slots, and for service you don't care how noisy they are.
Nope.
So you just blow a whole shitload of air through it, and then that cools them down. And it was only the 4090s and the 4090 Ti's I think that were in the video. It's kind of fascinating to see these stacks of cards being processed like that.
It's a good observation though, John, that they're not necessarily competing with gamers because yes, these are the most powerful gaming GPUs, but most gamers aren't actually.
Most gamers are priced out of these anyway. Yeah.
But what the article.
Right. No, go ahead. Sorry.
What the video did a great job of highlighting, though, Hardware Accent, again, is the channel. We'll have a link to the video for sure in this video. Is that he showed that profit from NVIDIA's gaming segment is skyrocketing, driven largely by them being co-opted for AI. So it is good to hear that they're not actually competing with gamers necessarily, even though it is kind of propping up NVIDIA's gaming division.
Yeah.
So yes, correct. And this happened with
the sales get counted as gaming hardware sales,
right? Of course. And this happened with the crypto industry when NVIDIA saw a run on their available inventory. Like what happened? Their stock skyrocketed, and I mean this thing took off, and they completely didn't expect it, and it obviously is totally attributed, like it's all thanks to the crypto mining industry, and COVID.
So one difference I think that crossed my mind. By the way, again, I love this guy's channel, Hardware Accent. It's actually a smaller channel than ours for once, which is hard to do. So,
wow, he must be pretty big size if he's smaller than ours. Not a lot of people can compete with us.
I don't think he will remain small for long because he's got some really good content.
Cool.
It's going to overtake us very quickly.
I'm gonna like his video right now. Everybody should go.
I've subscribed to him from our channel.
Everybody should go like ours.
Oh, we are. I did subscribe. Okay, so we're subscribed and liked.
One thing that that crossed my mind when I watched this video was that with the crypto situation, it was a fad. No offense, John. I know that probably strikes to your very core.
No, but I already have an argument. Go on.
Okay, all right. Well, you can fight back in a sec. Yeah. But it was a passing thing, and I think with AI, it's going to stick around. So what's going to happen is that specialized hardware will get developed, and NVIDIA already have AI chips. Yeah, exactly. And AMD are probably not just sitting around going, "Oh, what's this AI thing?" Yeah. They're going to be working on it as well. But because I think that those advancements in CPU or chip technology are going to have some knock-on effects in the gaming world as well. So if you're a gamer, this is sort of good news in a way, unless you want to get a 4090, in which case you're pretty much fucked.
No, but you're not fucked. That's the thing. You can still go get yourself a 4090 at a good price if you're just smart about it. Go join a Discord that tracks the inventory of new GPUs in Best Buy, in Newegg, on Amazon. Well, Amazon sucks. Walmart. All of these. It's so easy. It's literally just someone already made this. It's called GPU Finder or something.
I think here's the case where I might typically argue that John's in a bubble, but I think if you're talking to hardcore gamers, that they would be willing to go to these lengths to find the deals.
Yeah.
It will take a day, literally a day.
John, I have a question. So I've got a 1650 Super right now in my computer on a B450 mother drive. It's 3 years old, but I want to upgrade the CPU. I'm sorry, I want to upgrade the GPU.
Three.
What should I look for?
You want to upgrade the GPU?
Yeah.
4070.
I'm thinking a 4060 or maybe even a 3060. But the 4060 and 3060 prices are very close.
Yeah, so like that's usually your justification for getting the next gen. So just get a 4060.
Yeah.
And then your bottleneck is now going to be your RAM and your CPU and your motherboard.
Well, the CPU I have now an AMD 5700X.
Oh, okay. So your bottleneck is your motherboard and RAM.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not a heavy gamer. Like I understand that's the case.
Totally. And those parts should be replaced because you will be affected drastically by the RAM clock speed. Like, so you might even be running DDR3 right now, right?
Are you saying I should possibly upgrade the motherboard and RAM before I upgrade the GPU?
No.
Okay. No. The biggest change you'll get is from a GPU upgrade.
From the GPU.
That has been my assumption.
Your CPU is, but it's all in tandem, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
You go and upgrade the motherboard and the RAM, the GPU is the bottleneck. You upgrade the GPU, the motherboard and RAM is the bottleneck. You don't upgrade the CPU.
I'm scraping Discord for fucking 4090 Ti deals. I know.
But you don't need to. I have a 4070 at home, right? Like I don't need a 4090.
You got a 4070 Ti, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a 4070 Ti. And you don't need anything more. You don't need, as a gamer, you don't need anything more. I'm not even a gamer. Fine. Yeah, I mean, you play fairly competitive.
I play Startup Company,
but you
which
play
is
Baldur's.
a phenomenal indie game company, Hovgard, who I love. Everybody should check out Startup Company for sure. It's a great game. And I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3. I got frustrated with Baldur's Gate 3 this weekend though because it's just so slow.
You're that Mike Sutton, aren't you? From the Startup Company.
In the startup community, I am kind of a big deal. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Wowza.
That's true. I would argue I am the world's foremost expert on Startup Company, the game. Legitimately.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right.
We should interview you on this. Peter. We should do an episode on it.
Peter. Yeah, it's because there's like 5 of them playing it. Peter. You said that crypto mining is a fad.
Okay. All right. Come at me, bro.
Here's the truth. Okay. Where do we start?
Oh God! Do we need another?
Give us the short
new recording for this.
2 minutes. In the beginning.
Oh boy! Every short story starts like that.
You could mine Bitcoin. Okay. On anything.
Yeah, we weren't alive then, John. You weren't. We know how it started. I just spent 6 Bitcoin on a pizza.
Right. It's like 60,000. But okay, you could mine it on a fucking laptop and an old like Dell that's running Windows XP. You can mine it with pen and paper. Bitcoin. You could make it just like actual like 50 a day, just having this thing run, and it was worth nothing. Okay, and as it spread through the cryptography community, they started saying, holy shit, they have figured out a really, really big problem and how to solve it, which was the double spend problem and the 51 attack problem or something. So it very quickly grew exponentially and then grew into like, holy shit, this is an alternative money. Can we use this for crime? And very quickly, Bitcoin exploded, as we saw, as we've seen. And very quickly did copycats hop onto the wagon and make their version of Bitcoin. Litecoin, Digicoin, all these different coins. Somewhere along the timeline, some dude named Vitalik realized that he can make something way, way more powerful called Ethereum. Okay? And all the while, people are mining Bitcoin on super turbo specific hardware called ASICs, application specific something circuit. I don't fucking remember. In circuit. And yeah. So it's a specifically made chip just for mining Bitcoin. Super expensive. Okay. And to this day, that's what they're mining Bitcoin on, are on these ASIC miners. Very expensive to purchase. Like tens of thousands of dollars for the newest model. But they didn't want that. Ethereum didn't want that. They wanted to be able to, anybody should be able to mine. So what they did is they made it available on GPUs. And I think originally actually it was CPUs, but they realized that GPU mining is even more efficient. So they started mining on GPUs. And that's called proof of work. Your GPU is working, you show proof, and you make money. Okay? Simple terms. Then those bastards over at Ethereum, all the fucking Ethereum people voted to make Ethereum something called proof of stake. And that is what killed mining, because you could no longer do proof of work to show that you mined Ethereum. Yeah, everyone's so now
what's proof of stake?
Proof of stake is proof you have a steak at the dining table. Kidding. Proof of stake is the verification of gaining Ethereum, like making Ethereum, is used by having Ethereum. So if I'm a whale and I have 1 million Ethereum, I can put it onto the fucking blockchain called staking. I'm staking it, STAKING. And I have now proof that I'm staking it, and I get to now make decisions like voting on the chain. I get to vote what happens to Ethereum, and I have a really powerful vote because I'm super big, because I have all this Ethereum. I'm super rich.
Okay.
Proof of stake's fucked up. Okay.
All right. Okay.
But what it did was it killed GPU mining in one fellow swoop. And when that happened, when Ethereum swapped over to POS from POW, from proof of work, overnight, all of these GPUs that had been amassed went on the market for gamers to go buy.
All right.
Which was Peter's only point that had passed. So you're not.
So GPU mining might have passed, but
this is the
Bitcoin
2-minute version.
And crypto mining is still going strong. We're still proof of working away. It's just not being on GPUs anymore.
Okay. Well, this is a GPU story, so thank you for clarifying that.
No, okay. That's a fair clarification. It did definitely take more than 2 minutes, but it was interesting.
I don't think crypto is a fad. I think the GPU mining is gone for now.
That makes sense.
All right. That's arguable. Forever. But it's definitely not in the headlines as much as it was.
It'll be next year.
My point. All right. Well, I think that the AI...
John, what's happening next year?